Hey there, it's Marianne Tansley from Thrive Admin Services. In this video, I'm showing you how you can set up your out-of-office replies or automatic replies in Outlook, and we're going to do it on the web version in this instance, just to avoid any confusion between the buttons and the menu options between Mac and PC. If you do it on the web, then it translates across everything. So this is an Outlook hack. I would recommend checking out using your out-of-office autoresponders or automatic replies for even when you're at work and you're trying to not be on and checking your emails. It's a really handy tool. So, and in the notes on this video, I've got a couple of links to some places where you can get some interesting out-of-office replies generated for you. So let's get started and start building some out-of-office replies. So when it comes to setting an autoresponder or an out-of-office message in your emails using Outlook, you can do it on the desktop version, whether you're working on a PC or a Mac, whether you're working on a laptop or a full desktop computer. What I wanted to do though is do it in the web version because I work on a Mac, and if you work on a PC, some of the buttons and layouts may look different. So this is the easiest way for me to show you how to do this in a way that is universal and will work no matter whether you're using a PC or a Mac as your base operating system. It also, when I do it in the web, the out of office that I set up will translate into my Mac, my desktop apps and my phone app, simply because it's attached to my account and not to the device or the location of the app. So the first thing we need to do is obviously access Outlook on the web. And the best way to do that is to head to office.com in my web browser. Excuse me. So I'm using Google Chrome. And I am on a Mac, so some of my buttons will look a little different to you. But inside the window here, we are in Google Chrome in office.com, and this is my main dashboard. And from the app launcher, we head to Outlook, or from all apps, alphabetically, we head to Outlook, and it opens as a new tab. So it will open with my inbox. You can see there's a few things to do today, but what we're going to do is we're actually going to be playing in our settings. So from here, what I do is up in this very top ribbon, the little cog is where my settings are, and these are my Outlook settings. So if I open this up, and then I'm going into view all Outlook settings. So there's some basic options here, and then I want to look at the total set. And this will be the same whether you're on a Mac or a PC. This will probably look very similar to the way your PC settings work on your desktop version, but on a Mac it does look a little bit different. So this was the reason. So from here, we're looking at the mail section, and you'll see there's this sub menu that drops down, and we're going to automatic replies. And under automatic replies, you can see at the moment, what we've got is no replies are on. I don't have any automatic replies on. So this is where we can do, now there's a couple of ways you can do an out of office. You can choose to do it for when you're actually on leave. So for Christmas, school holidays, traveling on vacation, whatever it might be. You can do it when you're away at an event and have limited access to emails. So if you happen to be out at a networking event or at a retreat or at a conference, then this is a really handy tool to use. But you can also use it as an everyday thing. If you don't check your emails all the time through the day, you can have an auto response. I've had some that have come from people who work in real estate particularly, or any kind of sales role. That means they're not usually sitting at the desk or attached to the phone. They're out and about doing what their job requires of them. So they'll have one saying, thanks so much for your email, but I don't check. I'm not in front of the computer all the time. It takes me a little while to get back to you. If it's urgent, please call me, etc. So it's a really, really handy function to make use of depending on your personal situation. So in this instance, we're going to turn them on. And then the next option that you have is you can specify whether you want to send it just for a specific period of time or whether you would like to have it running all the time. So if the automatic replies are on, but you don't have this box ticked, this will always go out. Now yours may be empty to start with. I've obviously used mine before. So if I tick this box, I can then set a date and a time for when this will happen. So I might decide I'm going to have it run from, let's make it the 28th to the 1st of May, and I'm going to run it from 8 a.m. And then on the 1st, I'll have it finish at 5 p.m. Now I can block my calendar out at the same time. So it means that for that same period, my calendar is going to show me as unavailable. So people wouldn't be able to book things. I can automatically decline any events that come in. So if someone sends me a meeting request, Outlook will now automatically decline that, which is a huge bonus. And I can also decline and cancel any meetings that you already have. So this one means that meetings you've organised that are in that window will go. So it's quite handy. And then we're dealing with the text inside. So I use HubSpot's out of office generator quite often, and it gives me some really fun, interesting ways to say I'm not available without it sounding very boring and dry. So I will pop the link in the video notes, and you can generate it for lots of different things, and then I usually tweak it a little bit. So this one was one I used when we were on holidays in February, a couple of months ago. And so it's basically just saying, hi, it's trivia time. Where am I? 1, 2, or 3. When will I be back? 1, 2, or 3. Am I sorry I've missed your email? And who they can contact. And then the answers to the questions. And I've made a note here that urgent matters are attended to when I'll be back. Okay, so it's a bit of fun, but again, gets the point across. And I can format this in lots of different ways. I can play with the font. I can play with the size. I can make it bold, italic, highlighted, change the color, and pop some links and things in as well. And then you've got the choice here. So this is to people, the first box, because Microsoft was designed as a corporate tool, the first box is to put things into your organization. So that will be other people who have the same email domain as you. So anyone else for me who had thriveadmin.com emails would get it. So what I need to do then is I need to copy, once I've typed it all in here, and I only type it once, I then copy it and I paste it into this bottom box. And I can send replies to people outside my organization. So that means if someone sends me an invoice, if someone contacts me about some work, if it's a client with a new inquiry, whatever it might be, they will get my bounced message saying, I'm not here, I'm very busy eating cheese and wine in Tasmania, and I will get back to you on this date. Now you can filter that down again to only people who are in your contact list. But because you want people who may not already be a contact to know there's not a reason you haven't replied to them yet, then I would usually leave that unticked. And again, you can format this slightly differently as well. And so if I go save, it's now saved, it's on. If I close this, and obviously it's for in the future. So what will happen is a little window will pop up here at the top when you have an out of office on that says out of office replies are being sent, and do you want to turn them off? So if you can turn them off manually earlier, but that is how you set them up, and that will now work in my desktop, on my phone, and on my web version. There you go. So there you have it. Creating out-of-office replies in Outlook using the web version is quick and easy, and hopefully will be really painless for you now that you know exactly where to go. If you are looking for more support when it comes to your Microsoft 365 subscription, then I absolutely recommend checking out my course, Microsoft 101. It is your true fundamentals, get to grips with all of the apps and what the buttons do inside Microsoft 365. We cover 12 of the different apps included, which I understand is by no means comprehensive, but certainly gives you a really solid foundation so that you can be getting the most out of your Microsoft 365 subscription every day and getting more bang for your buck along the way. If you have any questions about the video or about the content inside, you can either drop a comment on this video or you can get in touch with me directly. You will find me hanging out on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Just search for Thrive Admin Services. You can send me a direct message. I'm always happy to talk all things Microsoft 365 there. Have a great day.